Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I bring the topic of the PEBT 3.0 school year 2021 through 2022. Very much happy to announce that 2 new states have been added, and of course one of them is Texas. The second state that has been added is actually West Virginia, so that makes it a total of 17 states that have been approved to provide these benefits. And as always, I bring you that payout date information as well. Now, there's one specific state that also wants to send $750 in stimulus checks for this coming summer, and we'll also be including information regarding how tax refunds will be starting this month for those of you guys that claim the child tax credit or the earned income tax credit. So make sure you stay until the end of this video to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you're interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, child tax credit, SNAP, PEBT, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. And also guys, don't forget to subscribe to my new YouTube channel called Linda Savings. In this channel, I'll be showing you guys all the latest sales, discounts, and offers available at some of your favorite stores, including Costco, Walmart, Sam's Club, Aldi, and many other more. Link to the channel will be in the video description. And as always, thank you guys so much for your support. And guys, don't forget to take advantage of these offers. Let's start with the Ibotta app, where you can get cash back when doing your grocery shopping. You can also receive $10 once you've signed up and uploaded your first receipt using the referral code that is on this screen. And now for those of you that want to maximize your rewards, you can use a second app like Fetch Rewards to upload that same receipt you just uploaded to the Ibotta app. Fetch is actually super easy to use, as it will give you points just for uploading any type of receipt. You'll even get an additional 2,000 points just for signing up with this referral code. And finally, don't forget that you can shop for your groceries on Amazon using your PEBT or your EBT card. Remember guys, that with this one, no membership is required. And now for those of you guys that want to try out Amazon Prime to purchase other things, you can try it out completely free for 30 days. Just go ahead and click that link in the video description. And now guys, let's start our day with a happy note. So happy to announce that Texas is the 17th state to get approved to provide those PEBT 3.0 benefits. So that's right, finally Texas has been approved, you guys. So the Texas Health and Human Services Commission, Texas Education Agency, and the Texas Department of Agriculture will issue PEBT benefits through the state's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, otherwise known as the SNAP EBT card system, to households with eligible children. So the state's plan for school children covers the month of August from the year 2021 through June 2022. So Texas estimates that it will issue $573.2 million to approximately 1.44 million children for school closures and reductions in attendance and hours extending from August all the way through June. So the state of Texas plans to send the PEBT payments during these dates. So for the benefit months from August to December in a single issuance payment in late April, and then from the month of January all the way to June in another single payment in early August. And also remember guys, that not all students will receive those PEBT benefits. They have to be deemed eligible. So if your child's school is conducting classes normally for the entire school year, meaning they've been attending in person, face-to-face, then it is very likely that they will not be eligible to receive additional PEBT benefits. Students will only receive PEBT benefits for absences due to quarantines, other absences due to the pandemic-related illness, and approved virtual learning days for pandemic-related reasons. And now for my friends in the state of Maine, it seems like your governor wants to send $750 in tax rebates this summer. So here are all the details. The state of Maine is expected to take an additional $411 million in revenue through June 2023, and Governor Janet Mills is proposing to give half of the increase back to taxpayers. So that's always a good thing, right? That would mean that most Maine taxpayers would get a $750 check from the state this summer instead of the $500 she previously proposed. Of course, guys, keep in mind that this is only happening as long as the legislature goes along with the plan. So the state's Revenue Forecasting Committee said on Tuesday that it anticipates the increased revenue based on updated economic forecasts for the period and higher than expected tax receipts from individuals, companies, and sales. So Mills said she wants half of the $411 million to go back to taxpayers in direct payments, mirroring her proposal for a previously projected $822 million surplus for the period. Now, Mills also said in a statement on Tuesday that her proposal to send additional money to taxpayers will help Mainers who are dealing with rising prices. And of course, we've seen it all across the states, right? So under the governor's proposal, $750 checks would go to taxpayers, a group of about 800,000 people that includes those relying on Social Security or retirement income, the self-employed, and certain business owners. So eligibility would include an income limit, so only those earning less than $75,000 as individuals or $150,000 as a household and who file a tax return by October 31st of the year 2022 would qualify. So once again, guys, it seems like you must be filing your taxes in order to be eligible for this tax check, right? So if approved as part of the supplemental budget, checks would start being issued on July 1st. And also just keep in mind, you guys, that this is not something that has been set in stone just yet. This is just a proposal. However, given that the Senate of the state is controlled by the Democratic Party and the governor is also a Democrat, then there's a pretty good chance that this is going to go through. But as always, I'll continue to keep you guys updated. And now, guys, remember that it's tax season. Don't forget to file your taxes. And if you've done yours already, let me know in the comment section down below. I know I still need to do mine. So I actually have some pretty good news regarding those of you guys that have filed your taxes and are claiming the child tax credit or the earned income tax credit on their tax refund. So it seems like the IRS is actually starting to send those refunds for those of you guys that claimed these credits. So although most U.S. taxpayers are expected to get their tax refunds within 21 days of filing their returns, two groups have faced a longer delay, and this includes people who claim either the child tax credit or the earned income tax credit on their annual returns. So these filers are facing delays because of a law designed to deter frauds linked to those valuable tax credits, such as by screening for fraudsters who try to claim someone's refund as their own. So individuals who filed early in the tax season, which began January 24th, and claimed either of those two tax credits are likely to receive their refunds checks this month. This is something that the IRS said last week. So keep in mind, guys, that when the IRS says this month, they're referring to the month of March. So that March date, the agency noted, only goes for taxpayers who also meet 3 additional requirements. One, that you have filed electronically, you have chosen their refund by direct deposit, and have not been identified by the IRS as having a problem on their returns. So taxpayers claiming one or both of the above tax credits who ask for paper checks may have to wait an additional several days for the money to show up in the mail, even if they filed electronically. So even with direct deposit, it can still take up an additional day or 2 for a refund check to clear and land in a personal bank account. So more than 30 million families claimed the child tax credit, and about 25 million people claimed the earned income tax credit. And again, as a quick reminder, guys, don't forget to file your taxes. Make sure you're doing them electronically if possible. That you choose your refund for direct deposit so that way you get it a lot quicker. And then also double check all your information, especially those of you guys that are claiming that child tax credit or are waiting to receive that second half. Make sure all that information is correct so that you don't have delays from the IRS. And now moving on to the topic of PEBT 3.0 for the school year 2021 through 2022. Remember, guys, that not all students will qualify for the PEBT 3.0 benefits. They must meet a certain criteria. So, for example, if your child's school is conducting classes normally face-to-face, it is very likely that they will not be eligible to receive additional PEBT benefits. And you know, you guys, even if your state is approved but your student or your child does not meet this criteria, then they won't be receiving those PEBT benefits. Number 2, students will only receive PEBT benefits for absences due to quarantines, other absences due to pandemic-related illness, and approved virtual learning days for pandemic-related reasons. So I mentioned before, let's say your child has a stomach ache. That's not necessarily related to the pandemic, so that absence won't count towards these benefits. So also remember to not throw away those PEBT cards, as it is very possible that the benefits will be reloaded to that same card if your child qualifies for an additional benefit. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that school children are eligible for benefits if they would have received the free or reduced price meals at their schools through the National School Lunch Program, if not for the closure or reduced attendance or hours of their schools for a period of at least 5 consecutive days. So let's say you have a child or a student that is not part of the National School Lunch Program, then automatically, even if they have an absence related to the pandemic, then they won't be eligible for those P-EBT benefits. So for example, if during the school year 2021 through 2022, your child's school held virtual classes for a period of time due to reasons related to the pandemic, then in this case, your child would be eligible to receive those P-EBT benefits. And now let's quickly go over the benefit amounts for those students that will qualify for the PEBT 3.0 benefits. So remember guys, basically the government is reimbursing parents for how much it costs the school or the government to provide each student with a lunch, a breakfast, and a snack. So that's pretty much how they determine those daily rate totals. So if you live within the contiguous United States, it's $7.10 that they would be reimbursing parents for each day that the child is not in school, obviously related to a pandemic related reason or pandemic-related absence, right? In Alaska, it's $11.44. Hawaii, Guam, Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico, it's $8.28. And here we have the list of the states that have been approved to provide those PEBT 3.0 benefits. Now, remember guys, and I will keep saying this over and over, just because your state is on this list, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be receiving those PEBT benefits. It's only basically for those students that are deemed eligible. Obviously, I mentioned it before. They must have a pandemic-related absence, or they must have approved virtual learning days as well. So first on the list is the state of Colorado, Delaware, Indiana. Louisiana has also been approved. Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Texas finally, Vermont, Virginia, and also welcoming the new state of West Virginia and Wisconsin. And that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.